Hello, brothers and sisters. Michael, humble seeker of truth for Daniel 10 and the day of the Lord. So, wow. Well, it's 41.0 degrees, I see, on my computer. Anyway, Father has just been just pouring out revelation. And something so significant, for me and anyone that will listen, really a game changer in light of understanding some things in our Father's Word. Wow. This was a hard teaching to get ready because it was 3 days ago that he dumped out beautiful revelation, and I put a post out saying as much. I went to start working on it today. He's poured out so much I wasn't even sure where to find my notes. I mean, I just wow. Anyway, so let's do it. I think you're going to be really blessed. We're going to look at Daniel 10. We're going to gain some new wisdom, and it'll tie into some other things. A few numbers involved. You might have guessed. A little bit of review involved. You guessed. The review is necessary. It brings us to a point of, where Father's going to take us today. And so just try not to over beat up stuff, but sometimes it's hard. As you see, the same thing. Okay. What point do I want to make here? Father has tied the prophet to the prophecy. Prophecy regarding red is coming. Great red dragon. Yet 40 days is used 132 times because it began with a 40-day warning on March 2nd of red coming. Okay? Prophets used 312 times, and we've seen these tie together. This is 1 in 32, and this is 3 in 12. So Elijah is number 452. Father said that he put my members in his word. We're going to touch on that briefly because a big part of the recent revelation is regarding that. And it's gigantic. So, born 3263, 2:48 in the morning. I'm 58 years old. My name's Michael. That is Elijah. Okay, now. This is figured for now. That's why Father did that. The prophet 312 times. I was born March 2nd. It's the 312th most popular day for birthdays. Who can even affect such a thing but our Father? Okay, so he's got it stamped all over it. And it's really behooves us to understand that. He, through this number, this 132.84.0, okay, because 840 is 4 times 10 times 21. And on 4 times 10, on 410, in 2021, we called 132, red, the red dragon, to be cast out. So we have red and 84 here, and the 840. 84 is the 216th. 6 times 6 times 6 day of the year. Oop, there we go. Oh. It's also 32, okay, in 184. So there's me, the prophet, regarding the prophecy and what's getting prophesied about. Okay, 4:9, it was 4:10 in Jerusalem, 4:9 where I was, plus 216 days brings us to 11:11. Okay. So Father said, take that 132.84. Go into Psalms. I know this is a review. I need to make this point. Go into Psalms and go 132 chapters in and 84 verses. Yes, Father. That brings us to 139, Psalm 139, verse 14, I believe. I'm going to read these couple verses again. For thou hast possessed my reins, okay? Father's leading. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows right well. Oh, that ties into something. My, believe it or not, my substance was not hid from thee. When I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Believe it or not, that's straight up the belly of the whale. Okay? Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, and when as yet there was none of them. So before I was born, my members were written, and we've talked about that. We looked at like all the numbers that pertain to me, the gematria of my name, my birthday, my age, Michael, and how Father has used them. He's intertwined them into what was sealed per it being unsealed. Yes, he truly has. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. How great is the sum of them. If I should count them, Father's numerical application and ordering of this word is what he hid, because it is where what was hid gets unsealed. None of the words changed. Same words 2,000 years ago. Why didn't they see it then? Father does everything in his perfect timing. Sorry if this table shakes and my square cheeks, my chair squeaks. And I got these goofy little charts. Father likes these goofy little charts, actually. I'm going to show you in the Word that he does. It's pretty cool. Hold that thought. Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, my members, and in thy book are my members written. In thy book is used 184 times because he does this constantly. He gives you the answer right in the word, like constantly, or speaks toward the answer, okay? In the book, 184 times, that's gematria my name. Now, that's Old Testament. What about New Testament? Oh, well, 2 Timothy 4:13 is an example. Books, oh, that's 32 times. I was born 3-2, gematria my name's 184. My members are in here. I think most of you following along get that by now, and I'm not truly trying to beat it up. But here's something huge. It isn't just my numbers. It's my experiences. It's my life. We've touched on this some. Belly of the whale, lion's den. It still blows me away that we have siblings that are... Never mind. In the lion's den, Satan had a really, really good time laughing at me. And I really recommend not jumping on board with that as a brother. But, okay. So, belly of the whale, lion's den, and on. Some stuff I haven't talked about yet and haven't shown you yet because he just showed it to me with that revelation. And oh my gosh, it takes some things in here that haven't stood out to you that would give you it would just be like, what? It's so exacting, so personal, so mind-blowing. But I need to pray about what of that he wants me to actually give. I'm pretty thick-skinned, and I've put myself out on the line, and I knew that what I was signing up for. But some details of my life are just like yours. They're personal to me, and I've put a bunch of them out there and got slammed for it, and made fun of for it, and whatever. Whatever. I serve our Father and our family, and I come what may. Like, I don't think I'm going to get attacked. I know that. But at the same time, I need to pray about it. I want to give to you, but I want it to bless you if it's... I need to pray about it, and I am. Anyway, we got a bunch of stuff already, so let's deal with that. It's important to know, though. And we're going to see some in Daniel 10. We're going to get a taste of it in Daniel 10. I got so much, I'm a little frazzled right now, if you can tell. Give me a second. So I mentioned that books then in the New Testament in 2 Timothy 4:13. Let's take a look at that. The cloak that I left at Troas with Carpus. Okay, let me back up. Let's go to verse... let's go up to verse 6. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. Okay? There's our context. The time of our departure is at hand. Yes, any day. I don't know the day and hour. I just know it's any day, any minute. The time of my departure is at hand. I've fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. This is talking about 99 sheep and those watching for the Lord, who actually get a crown for watching. Okay? Context being the gathering of the 99 sheep. Okay? That departure. Do thy diligence to come shortly unto me. For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica. So here's dude going into Jacob's trouble. He don't want to go home, I guess. He wants to go into some great tribulation. Okay, Father will let him. Verse 11, only Luke is with me. Take Mark and bring him with thee, for he is profitable to me for the ministry. And Tychicus have I sent to Ephesus. Now look. All right, let me read it. The cloak that I left at Troas with Carpus, when thou comest, bring with thee. So bring the cloak. You know, I love how just the little subtleties of Father's word it can be so cool. Why don't we read cloak? Huh? Read right over that. Kind of just like the word speak or spoke or word, or we'll look at those at the end. You're like, what? Cloak. It's not just a cloak. It's a cloak that's used basically to go out at night into the storm. That's what Google said. How would I know? Or whatever I looked at said. Okay. The cloak that I left at Troas with Carpus, and when thou comest, bring with thee. So bring the cloak and the books. That's 32 times. But especially the parchments. Now, in the post I put up, I said one of the things his father gave us instruction. And he did. And this is it. Bring the parchments. Well, first of all, what's a parchment? Hey, do you guys know anyone else that's goofy enough to teach with charts? Like, duh? I don't. They actually have some skills. And they do cool stuff with the computer. And which is awesome until there's no electronics. I don't know if there will be or not, but Father does. Do you know what a parchment is? It's, at least in that time, it was like an animal skin. It was something they would write on that piece. It was a single piece. It wasn't in a book. It was this. This is a parchment. Oh, you bet it is. It's a parchment. Well, okay, bring the parchments. That's great. So all of you guys figure out where I'm at and where these Michael charts are. And everybody come grab some because we need to bring them with us. No, I don't think that's probably what he's saying, as much as I'd love to meet you guys all. Come on. No. So how would we do that? How could we follow this instruction? Simple. We have thumb drives. So you can take, and I would try to do some recent stuff that, like the last video, oh my gosh, that would be one I would definitely put on there. But what has moved you? What do you find important? Is the rapture biblical? Is it who is Mystery Babylon? Is it da-da-da-da-da? What do you want to put on it? And put something on it. And maybe make a little video yourself and put that on there. And just leave it. Or make a few of them. Whatever Father puts on your heart, this is his instruction, not mine. Do with it as you will. I would be a jerk to not give it to you and not obedient. So there we go. So bring the books and the parchments. Oh, that happens to be Strong's number 32, double full circle. Whose parchments? The Michael charts. You bet. So I'm writing this word in my notebook, not on this chart, but in my notebook. And I write P-A-C-H, P-A-R-C-H-M, and as I'm finishing the M, my pen runs out. I mean, like, it was weird. Usually, it kind of slows down and then runs out, kind of trails off a few words. Nope. I mean, I get to the M and that thing is just like done at the last. Why does that matter? Maybe it doesn't. But he's just Mr. Cool, okay? And he just can do this, emphasize stuff just in so many different ways. Okay, so my pen runs out at the M, and right away I know I'm supposed to see what the numbers divide to. It's 5858. Because on March 2nd, this year, I turned 58. When he brings my age into it, it's a timestamp. Because it isn't when I'm 59 or 60. It's... Okay? Especially is number 3122. Well, there's our 312 or 1 in 32, okay? 31 is message. 312, Elijah the prophet, 312 times. Prophesying about what? The 1 in 32. We started with it. What else is it? It's 12 in 32, which is 32:12. Because the first place Father took me was Deuteronomy 32:12. Go thy way, 32:12. Daniel 1:8-4, sealed. Okay, Father, I will go the way, Deuteronomy 32:12. The Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him, number 4:10. Michael 184, no seal. Okay. Bring the parchments. Seth, our father. If it helps at all, it's 73 verses. Israel is 73. To that verse that says, bring the parchments. Okay. So, shifting gears a bit. I might. Yeah, we'll get figured out when I get there. I might do Daniel in a different video since we're 20 minutes into this thing already. I don't know how. Let's go to Psalm 89. So let's look at this. So this kind of lays out, it ties to the waters of Meribah and the patterning that Father did there. And we know it's in 20 verse 8. The 43,020th verse in the Bible, which is 32 in 40. Because on 3:2, Father said, tell them yet 40 days. This is the waters of Meribah. It ties to the date as we follow this pattern to 11:3. And on 11:3, I'm going to show you what Father did to stamp this, okay? Speak unto the rock is the verse, and it will bring forth his water. That's Satan and his angels getting cast out of heaven in figure. Yes. Okay. On 11:3. Sorry, guys. Okay, put this chart aside already. Don't worry how busy this is. Just follow me. So that we already covered. Oh, okay. I got it. I'm with it. So what different things did Father do to mark that day in these last days before the return of the Lord? So on that day, and I know it's a couple days ago, but it's because of that verse that it's significant. So I happen to, me personally, so we talked about Elijah and my members, okay? I went to 4.52 thousand subscribers on 11.3. It's the first time I was up there before, but it dropped down. People come and go. Anyway, yeah, so turn to 4.52. That's interesting. What else? Well, there's a good question. Oh, La Palma had a 5.1 earthquake. 5.1 is Michael. We know their flag is Michael the Archangel, and we're tracking the number of days that La Palma's been erupted. It started on September 16th, I think, or 17th. Anyway, 11/11, the day that's being highlighted greatly by our Father right now, is 51 days complete of that volcano erupting, if it is still erupting. And don't think just if it stops erupting that nothing else can happen there, okay? And we're just watching it. Sure seems to be a warning from our Father. In 51 days complete, 51 being Michael, tied to La Palma and Colleen's dream. Hey, by the way, Colleen, I couldn't read your last message, and I'm bringing it up because, A, I want you to know that, and B, it happens a lot where you guys will send me a message, and I can just see what's on the screen, but there's a whole bunch more to it. It will not let me open it. It doesn't bring it up, and I can't read it, and it won't let me respond to it then either. So don't think I'm ignoring you. Sometimes I get behind, but I'm behind on almost everybody, and then I try to get caught up. It's important to me because you take the time to message me. I want to respond, but please don't be offended if I don't get right to it. I'm swamped trying to work, trying to serve, trying to live and watch. Okay, 5.1 earthquake. Oh, that's interesting. Coupled with, so the Michael earthquake coupled with Elijah number there is interesting. Here's some notes. If you want to go check that out, I ain't going to cover it right now. For that matter, in case you don't have this, oh, yeah, that's right side up. I don't want to beat you up with it again either. So, with all that, what do we got? We got a 4.52 on 11.3. tied to waters Meribah 43:20, Numbers 28. So we got the 5.1 Michael earthquake and the 4.52 Elijah subscribers and Psalm 89. This was the third or fourth place Father led me as he started giving me new oil, new wisdom. Psalm 89, verse 37. Let's go to verse 35. Once I have sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne is the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, and as a faithful witness in heaven. Moon phases. All the planets are always half dark, half light, including Earth. They're always phi at all times for all human history. But then he made the moon to phase. And says it's for signs in Genesis 1:14 and a faithful witness. Well, that makes this pretty interesting to me, especially because he's tying it with the Elijah and the Michael. And he's been having me give warning, so that makes sense to me. I don't know about you, but moonrise on 11/3 was at 4:01. Well, that's that Elijah 4:52. Just take 51 Michael out of it. So we have, oh my gosh, it just hit me. So he puts me to 4.52 Elijah subscribers, does the earthquake on La Palma's the 51, and here's the 4:01 to make Elijah 4:52. Moonrise was 4:01. 32 plus 63 plus 248 plus my age. This moon set 1602. Full circle in phi 162. Because we're looking toward that day of division. Oh, that makes the phi moon on 11/11 pretty interesting. Doesn't it? I think it does. 7:48 a.m. Number 748. Who made declaration on 410? Oh, that'd be the archangels. So number 748. So 11:11, phi moon at 7:48. What is number 748? Well, it's high priestly. Hey, our high priest is coming. Okay. Or to which the chief priest belongs. Okay, that's number 748. And it's this word, archieretikos. Archieretikos. It's simple gematria, 83. That's 3:2 plus 5:1. Okay. And 54, Father is the Great One. It's me, Michael, declaring Father is the Great One. And it's taken from the root archieros. First use is Psalm 3:2. It's also Selah. We'll leave that alone for now. The 5.1 earthquake, by the way, was 26 Yahweh kilometers deep. 26 is, so a faithful witness as the moon is used 26 times. And the earthquake was 26 kilometers deep. You see how he's tying it together? 26 is both God, simple English gematria, and Yahweh. Yod He Vav He. So he pins the earthquake to 5.1. Oh, and by the way, moonrise the next day is at 5:51 full circle, just in case we didn't catch what he's saying. It is a giant stamp. Watch for my son, he's coming, saith the Lord. what if we break this down? It shall be established. Well, let's see. We got 85 as number 1, then 58. Then we add them up. So I'm 58. I was born on 3/2. And my name is Michael, 51. 58, 3/2, 51. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Okay, I'm going to cut that right there. And I'm just going to do a part 2. So we haven't even really started getting into Daniel yet. So I'm going to title that one, I don't know, something. Introduction to Daniel, Watching for the Lord, something. And it's going to lead into this Daniel stuff. So, yeah, let's do that.